Mavericks in the Field on U.S. Farm Report is brought to you by John Deere. Connecting your farm is easier than ever. From just the basics to being able to make real-time decisions wherever you are, John Deere has the tech you need.
Welcome back. Well, there is so much technology out there today, but figuring out what actually works on the farm can be a time-consuming task. For one Northeast Arkansas farmer, he simply thinks about tech differently, and that may be thanks to his racing roots. This weekend, we introduce you to OpsCenter, a true maverick in the field.
I mean, it's not uncommon for us to make 75 bushel beans, 80 bushel beans, 90 bushel beans.
If proof is in the pudding,
We make good soybeans here.
these soybeans are a sign of how paying attention to every detail can add up.
So I hate not recording data. When we're going across the field, no matter what we're doing, I want to make sure we're recording and getting that information.
That's a lot of data considering Center farms well over 20,000 acres. They farm some on their own, but they also partner with another farmer in the area.
I've always been interested in computers, always wanted to, I build computers, I work on, technology equipment. I'm always trying to be, cutting edge.
But walk into Travis's dad's office and there's a clear difference in technology.
I have an iPhone, but no, I don't have a computer.
How Travis Sr. keeps records, well, it's with this.
Every year of my farming career, I have one of these books with planting dates, varieties, irrigation. I run out of pages.
He may be more old school, but he takes great value and pride in what his son has already done.
With my son coming on board helping us, has really opened up things. He's brought lots of new things to the farm that makes it easier.
He says Travis isn't just the technology whisperer on their farm. He's everybody's go-to guy in this area for technology.
And if he don't know how to do it, he'll learn. I saw him sit in there for days trying to figure out something, and he'll get it. I mean, he can really, really do it.
And how his son learns and keeps up on the latest tech trends is experimenting.
It's a lot of trial and error. It's like, you want to go all in and buy the next greatest thing, but that's not always the best way. And just, sometimes take a chance. That's the big one is don't be afraid to take that chance.
When he finds something that works, Travis goes all in. That was the case when he was trying to find a way to stay connected to all their machines on the farm. And I mean all. We're talking 33 tractors, 3 cotton pickers, 3 combines, 4 sprayers, excavators, and 20 semi-trucks.
I finally, worked out a deal. I said, what if we just get everything connected, get auto stereo on everything, put displays and everything, do recording on everything, because that makes life a lot easier. You don't have to worry about what's recording here, what's recording there. Just bring it all in.
Travis may have a love for technology, but he also has a love for racing.
In my I call it my previous life now, I was a race car driver. And not only a race car driver, I was a race car builder.
For 20 years, Center traveled all across the country and even the world, building and driving race cars.
Data collection in racing is probably more so than in farming. I had extreme amounts of data. I had GPS on my race car in 2005 to record where I go, where I'm at, all this information that I would study and try to be better. And so that exact thing is what amplified my sensors, my data collection for farming. So that ability to collect that information, to use it, and to use it to my advantage.
That may also be why Travis is willing to take risks and try things that are unheard of on the farm. One example is the way he's grasped on to artificial intelligence, or AI.
Taking ChatGPT, for example, I mean, you can throw some of your data in there and spit out, what you're expected to make. And if you can throw enough information and give it the right prompts, I feel like we could, change the way we make our decision making.
Last summer, before you could even upload files to ChatGPT, Travis and his son created their own chat model. The goal was to take their 10-year yield history in every field, add in planting and harvest dates, the varieties or hybrids they planted, and combine that with weather data.
So when you start thinking about that, like you can really figure out, like, so if I planted at this particular date with this particular variety, I know my pollination date, I know what temperature I'm going to have this year. Maybe this will help me generate better yield information so I can market better. So it opens up a whole realm of possibilities when you are able to throw in more information to this.
Another wild idea he's using on the farm:
Make them really big, and then you can actually see it laying on the floor like this. So then you can take the weather itself and then exactly follow it.
virtual reality.
It's extremely impressive how your eyes are basically your cursor. And you just look at something in it, you click your fingers together and it works.
He admits today that VR headsets are bulky, but in the future, he thinks the technology will be in a pair of sunglasses.
If you imagine 10 years from now, this is going to be smaller. And I'm walking in the field, I see a weed. You can basically, you can do it now. You can take a picture of it. You can enter that in ChatGPT. You can ask what that is and how I can kill it. And it'll tell you.
He says whether it's when he's spraying, planting, or harvesting, he looks at that data every night.
So when I get home from work, I'll probably spend 2 or 3 hours on a computer every night, going through fields, just looking at maps, just making sure everything got planted right, everything got sprayed right. And so that's usually the way I do it. So
Every single night?
Every single night I spend 2 hours on a computer.
That's crazy. No matter what time you get home?
No matter what time. Yeah, it could be midnight.
By carefully calculating every move on his farm, he's controlling what he can instead of leaving some of those things up to chance.
I'll enter all that information every single night after we get done, so I know exactly how much grain is in the field. And then I'll send out a report the next day of exactly, how many acres we cut, how much grain's in this bin, how much is here, what the average moisture was. I mean, there's lots of information that we try to keep up with.
From the racetrack to the farm field, Center knows the race to farm effectively and efficiently isn't slowing down.
Even me today, like, I know a lot of things, and but I'm always learning. That's pretty neat. That's cool. How can we, can we integrate that?
Travis's biggest fan just may be his dad, who together make one great team.
I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't want to farm without him.
Seems like you guys are a good team.
We are. Yeah, we work good together. Yep.
Center is actually part of a farmer focus group, and one tech he's excited to use this fall is actually something he suggested to John Deere. Now in his app, when you pull into a field to harvest, the app will actually tell you the time you're scheduled to finish harvesting that field. Center says being that calculated will help their operation plan better for moving equipment and other logistical issues that can slow them down during the fall. Well, when we come back, a glimpse of ag around the globe is next.
The right precision ag technology helps you get more out of every season. More efficiency, more repeatable accuracy, and improved yield. That must take all kinds of hardware, right? Not with John Deere. Get started with just 3 essentials that are easy to install and start paying off on the first pass. Talk to your local John Deere dealer or go online to get started.